Hi, everybody. Welcome to Beyond the Backcast. Ryan, I'm Upper talk with Braydon Kenny about Batman, the animated series, and this week's episode is Night of the Ninja. How you doing today, sir?
Konnichiwa, Adam-san.
Not sure if that is racist or not.
I'm a weeb. I'm sorry.
But yeah, so as I said, this week's episode is Night of the Ninja. It is the 35th episode produced, and it is the 28th episode to air, which makes it air October 26th, 1992. So pretty close to Halloween that year. And I think you're probably still doing Halloween at this point because I think you're younger than me, so I think you're. I said I think I've said this before in the last October episode. I think I was probably done with Halloween at this point. I think, or pretty close. Or it would have been one of my last year or two. I think probably.
You
But
were
yeah,
too
this
cool for egging houses and getting candy.
if only. Yeah, so this episode is written by Steve Perry, so I guess that's what he was up to after he left Journey. Was writing TV episodes for Batman. No, it probably wasn't the same one. And directed by Kevin Altieri. I think, I think we've heard that name a few times, so I think we've had a few episodes by him at least, I think. But yeah, so this is like one of the episodes where he kind of go into Batman slash Bruce Wayne's backstory a little bit, like and how he was training to become Batman.
Deadliest man alive who never kills.
Did you ever see in this episode and it's and you're when you first watched the series?
Yeah, actually, this one I remember quite more than I thought I did. Upon my initial watching, I'm like, oh yeah, that jogged memory. And I did remember we were talking just before we started recording. I'm like, how do he pronounce his name? Is like because I think it's Coyote Ken, but like I pronounced it when in my head like Coyote Ken.
I know, yeah, and as I was saying, maybe if he was coming from Mexico, he may have been Coyote Ken, but that's for a different podcast altogether, I
Yeah,
think.
that's staggering political commentary. But yeah, original character for the show. I think actually he kind of like Harley Quinn would appear in the comics later on, but just not as prominently. And he's an interesting foil for Batman. I'll give him that. It was cool also just seeing this side of like younger Bruce, like pre-Batman.
Yeah, and then the first flashback when he was that shows him like uh, in the same dojo or whatever, like fighting, and the two of them fighting together. I was kind of glad that it wasn't the usual thing where it's like the white guy goes fighting overseas and just friggin' kicks everyone's ass is automatically like the best fighter. At least he was not, I guess he was the second best fighter there because he was just under Coyote Ken, but at least he wasn't showing him as like the best fighter. He was like, haha, I came over here and I'm better than everybody, sort of thing. And but instead he was actually like, oh, I'm not good enough. I still need to be better. And then Ken was doing the playing the arrogant part, being like, I'm more better than you. So I liked definitely like that aspect of this episode. What about you?
Yeah, like I liked that it was one of the few times you see Bruce like kind of still in the learning curve stage of his fighting style. And yeah, like you don't get like the white savior kind of thing where Bruce is like, clearly the best just for the sake of he's Batman and he's the hero of the story. It's like no, like sooner or later he's gonna meet somebody who's better than him, at least at this stage of the game. And yeah, like Coyote, he's definitely got a little bit of an edge to him. It was kind of interesting because up until we get later in the flashbacks, I was like, why does he hate Bruce so much? But he's kind of just hates him because he's rich, I think was the implication. He kept on saying rich man's son.
Yeah, because I imagine they probably thought they probably couldn't go with like the Elvis probably they probably could just call him like white guy or whatever or whatever term it would have been, and so they needed to come up with like their head the next best insult to go to come that being for like for that would have been good for like 12-year-olds. And he's like, rich man's son is the the best they can come up with.
Yeah, like it's kind of funny because like it's not like he doesn't have like material like just make fun of the fact that he's an orphan. Like I'm not trying to encourage bullying here, but I'm just saying like he's really just picking low-hanging fruit with the targeting.
Well, that's usually the case in bullying anyway. It's just like latching on like the lowest hanging thing and just to kind of be able to make and just run it into the ground really. So I guess that was it for him.
Kind of want to see Bruce like just grab Coyote by the side and like have that moment with like Michael in the office and just be like, "Who hurt you? Who hurt you in high school?" He just starts crying and Bruce is, "Shh, it's okay, it's okay."
So this episode starts off with the awkward like lips like making like a kissy face out or whatever on like on the billboard. And it
Yeah.
was like that kind of no, which definitely wasn't expecting that to just start off the episode.
We're not really used to a lot of neon in this show, are we?
No,
At least not at this point in the game.
and especially like borderline like sexy like neon too. As I had that really.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, so then with that we see like so we see like the ninja guy like starting to break into the building.
Yeah, by the way, that's his official name, and it's just called the Ninja. Like even Ninja Guy kind of sounds better than like just Ninja until like obviously like
T-
we figure out that it's
Teenage
Coyote. Yeah.
Mutant Ninja Guy, Teenage Mutant
Ninja
Ninja
Guy.
Guy.
Hey,
What is his
there's
name?
got to be a
Just
toy
a
line
guy.
that'll go for something like that sooner or later.
I still need to watch the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and versus Batman or whatever that came out. I heard it's pretty good.
Hey, followers, if you want us to ever review one of those movies, by all means, like I'm down.
Hey, don't give me extra work before without talking to me first.
Yeah, I'm gonna force you to watch something Batman related. I'm so horrible.
I barely agreed to this, so. No, wait, this was my idea.
Yeah, you invited me.
That's right. That is how this going down, no it?
Yeah, so Coyote, well, I'm just gonna call him Coyote again because we could figure out that this is him. He's trying to steal like money from like Bruce's like I guess it is it like a private vault? Like it's just kind of like the cash box, I guess, at this like random
Oh,
like
it
main
was a safe, yeah.
cosmetic
So
place.
like it, but yeah. So I guess that was like the manager's office, I guess, or something
Mhm.
then, where they do like the money drops, I guess, maybe then. So I guess like the lower floors was like the sales floor, I guess, or something. But yeah, but that had like
He only
a
had the
lot of
one
money in
bag
it though.
though. Like he had
Yeah.
like just like this one small like banker's bag.
Well, yeah,
Like he
you can't be stealth with like a huge bag though. As I guess you got the smallest bag possible, I guess maybe.
I get what happens though if it's all money because then he's just like running away and you're just hearing the clinking of coins as he's running away.
No, this is not Spider-Man 2 with like Doc Ock robbing the bank.
Bruce is just really petty and like just has nothing but quarters in there.
That'd be funny. Yeah, but I think that was like one of my favorite like details from like the from the Spider-Man 2 movie. It was like
Yeah.
when Doc Ock was like robbing the bank and it was like actually like money bags with like the dollar sign or like the dollar sign or the cent sign on it. And it was there. It was like a bag of just coins. So he was just fucking whooping at Peter or I guess or Spider-Man or whatever. So
That
I
would
actually need to
hurt,
watch that
dude.
movie
Like
again. It's
getting
been a while.
smacked in the
Oh
face
yeah,
by
yeah.
all those
Oh,
coins. I don't care if you got superhuman strength.
the strength will do it. Yeah, it wouldn't make it hurt less. You'd just be able to survive it. Yeah, it definitely would hurt. Again, if I get a bag of fucking coins whipped at you, or that huge. I imagine like yeah, that those metal arms probably wouldn't hold back with the throwing and stuff. So
On the slightest. Yeah, so Coyote is he's grabbing the money and he's getting chased up by one of the security guards up to the roof. And I'm trying to remember, is that when he threw the ninja star at the guy with the gun?
yeah, I think so. Yeah, as he was leaving, so he went to shoot at him. So instead of killing him, he just had disarmed him that way, and then and left it there and like ran away. So would you think you would have? I guess that was kind of the point. I guess really. So I guess you can't really get like fingerprints off of something that didn't really have that much surface area to do.
You know, I can't believe I'm only thinking of this now, but like, I guess Coyote wanted Bruce to know it was him.
Yeah, yeah, maybe. Yeah,
Like, he clearly didn't know that he was Batman, but like, I guess like throwing the ninja star is kind of like his like version of a calling card there. But yeah, like that a rich guy with lots of connections and resources, like he's gonna be able to hunt you down, like even if he's not Batman. Yeah. Coyote, not the sharpest katana in the drawer.
you think yeah, Ninja would do more research? You would think.
Good thing. Yeah, so that's when we cut, I think, to Wayne Manor and Bruce and Dick training in the weight room, and they're dressed in their gi and they're just doing like a sparring session. And Bruce is like, like, come on, like he's pulling the Morpheus, like, come on, stop trying to hit me and hit me. And Dick is honestly trying to hit him because, hey, if you worked with Batman for as long as he did, you'd want to hit him probably more than once. And
Yeah, and the result of the first attack goes about as you'd expect, really, because they
well,
had
he
Dick
keeps
goes does
telegraphing his attacks because he keeps on going like he's like 12.
well. Well, that too, and and just the fact that it's Batman. Of course, he's gonna fucking be able to kick the kid's ass that he's been training for years. Yeah, so Dick goes in for like a flying kick or whatever, and Batman just fucking swats him out of the air and knocks him on his
Yeah,
ass.
yeah. I kind of I get Dick's like I kind of want to try and make an effort to hit him, but and obviously like Bruce is going to train him like on the regular because it's just kind of his personality, like always like staying on top of your game. But also, it's like, what did you expect? Like,
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
yeah. So that's when Alfred comes in and he says that there's been yet another break-in at Wayne Enterprises, and
I think it was like the sixth one. I think he said.
yeah, no, well, it was this. Dick said it was the sixth, and Bruce is like seventh, and that's when like Dick behind him is just like sticking his tongue out like screw you. It was kind of funny. And so he goes to the crime scene where Gordon's there taking a statement from the security guard, and he's like, and he left this behind, and shows like the ninja star with the gun, like sticking right into it. And I okay, so is that the first flashback we get?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that was a flashback. Yeah, there.
Yeah. So I like the choice of the animation with the kind of sepia tone for the flashbacks, showing Bruce back in Japan when he was learning how to fight. Um, I for the life of me, I forget the name of his sensei though. Did you catch it?
No, I didn't. If
Okay.
if it was said, I didn't catch it. Yeah.
I might have been like Noburo or something. You know what? Please don't come at me, listeners, if I'm getting it wrong. Um, But yeah, like Bruce is having a round with Coyote, and like yeah, like you were saying earlier, like Coyote is like better than him, dude. Coyote like threw him across the dojo, like actually threw him the length of the dojo. Like it was
He's like,
kind of awesome. And
take that, rich boy.
yeah, yeah, it's like keeps on going, rich boy, rich boy. It's like, you're gonna try and steal from him, so you're gonna become rich. Like you're gonna become the thing you hate. Yeah. It's just fun. Like again, it's just like the obvious he's just going for. Like, but yeah, he's fighting with Bruce and he's like rubbing in
uh,
his face. He's like,
oh,
oh, I
it's
expect someone
Yoru is his name, yeah.
Yobaru?
Yoru. Yoru.
Oh,
Y-O-U.
Yoru. Okay, gotcha.
Y-O-U-R-U. There you go. Fucking
Yeah,
gosh.
so he says, take that, Bruce, or whatever. And yeah, so Yoru, he's like, he charges at him like a bull elephant, dude, and
Yeah.
just kicks, yeah, Yodai's ass.
And he's like, oh, there's always someone better than you, Kyoto.
Yeah. So that's the thing is like, yeah, he's your sensei, but he's an old man. So like in Coyote's mind, like, what's more humiliating, getting beaten by the rich guy or an old guy? Like, maybe stop talking smack and you won't get your ass kicked. Yeah, so uh that's where Bruce I think that's where he snaps back to the present. And okay, this is what I wanted to ask you. Did you get the implication that Bruce figured out before? Oh, sorry, before the flashback ends, he sees a tattoo on the back of Coyote, like, and so I've learned like through a little. I only know a little bit about Japanese culture, but I do know that in the Japanese culture, that tattoos are very frowned upon because
Yeah,
it's supposed to be this like kind of perception that like you're like part of like I'm not even kidding. Apparently, it says like you're like a street thug or something like that, or you possibly work for like
yeah,
Yakuza,
yeah,
which is interesting because apparently the word coyote means like a member of the Yakuza. I could be completely butchering that translation, but it means either brother or something Yakuza related. So it's kind of interesting that like he's clearly, even for someone who's in the know of these like traditions and stuff like that, Coyote is like, I don't care. Like he clearly has no respect for his sensei or his, like fellow people at the dojo. Like, and he's just kind of spitting in the face of tradition. It was interesting. Like it's all these subtleties in his character that I didn't pick up the first time, but now I'm like, okay, so there's some extra layers to this guy.
so yeah, so I think yeah, I think we see that the reveal of the tattoo like after Batman after he comes out of the flashback and drives away without Robin, and then Robin's like to Commissioner Gordon's like, hey, something's bothering him, but I'm not sure what it is. And then then Batman's like, I think there's another flashback, and then there's another like another building that the ninja's going to try and rob, and Batman's waiting for him there. That's where
Hmm.
they fight, and like the ninja shoots him with like the gas pellet or whatever, and then like right before like the ninja's about to do the attack, that's when Robin throws like a batarang or whatever on him. That's it hits him in the back, and that's does the cut and then takes off, and that's where he sees the tattoo there. So that so in the which connects it to the flashback that he saw probably connecting it to Kyoto.
Yeah. So do you like? I seem to pick up the implication that Bruce immediately thought it was Coyote, but the tattoo was confirmation because he otherwise why would he be having these flashbacks? Did you pick up? Is that what you kind of interpreted?
Or maybe yeah, maybe it was just like a subconscious thing, maybe, or then that's where he like where he's doing like with part of the flashback where he's like doing the candle kicks or whatever. That might have been like him just trying to like think of who it is, and then yeah, and then the seeing the tattoo may have been okay. Yeah, being like okay, yeah, it is him, or that's who I was trying to think of. Maybe yeah, but didn't quite think of like that he already knew what that really is, or he just kind of figured it out when he saw the tattoo. Yeah,
Yeah, and the interesting thing was like, I mean, Bruce kind of gives the exposition to Robin when he's asking about the guy. But for the most part, like he's trying to keep Robin away from it. And basically it's interesting because like obviously I think a lot of this and I think Dick and Alfred when they're talking kind of pick up on this is like he's actually scared of this guy. Like he's scared of him because the last time they fought that he was better than him. Like he
yeah,
was
yeah. He was like,
physically better than him.
yeah, he was the only one that was able to consistently beat him. Yeah.
Yeah. Which
Yeah,
yeah, I mean like
yeah. Then that's where Robin says like maybe he's afraid we won't be able to beat him this time, and then Alfred says that he doesn't really show his fears at all, and that's where they turn around and shows that
yeah, that was
he's
awesome.
yeah he's walked in there like oh shit
Yeah, Alf should have
we should
figured
know
out faster
we
than
should know about this
Gordon
by
that
now.
this guy appears and disappears at will.
We should know better by now. Yeah.
Yeah, you'd think, right? Well, it's not like you trained to be a ninja. Oh, yeah, you kind of did, didn't you? Oh, and that was the other thing. It's a very subtle clue there, but when Dick was asking about Coyote Ken, like he says, like, do you know about Bruce's time in Japan? And like Alfred's like, of course, I was there with him. Because we're used to Bruce having this kind of 10-year global trek on his
By
own. But the
himself.
fact that
Yeah.
Alfred came with him, I mean, one, that's not helping Coyote's argument that you're a rich guy. Your butler's following you everywhere. So you're kind of just feeding him along. Like that'd be
Yeah.
kind of cool. Like, can you imagine like as Bruce is like doing this like globe trotting adventure, like Alfred's like in their background, like watching everything happen. Like when he's like training with Ducard in France, he's like, Master Bruce, I do believe this man is a mercenary. It's like, yeah, what tipped you off on that? The fact that he's got a gun or the fact that he said, I'm a mercenary?
Or him just fucking macking on fuck the shit Satana. He's
Oh
like,
my
oh shit.
gosh.
He's like, oh, I
I didn't
gotta
even think
watch
of
these
that.
guys.
Yeah.
I just gotta watch these guys fucking flirt, and then all right, I guess I should looks like they're about to do it, so I guess I should like not watch this for like a couple hours.
No, but Zatanna's flirting with him by saying everything backwards. So like everything like she's saying the raunchiest, dirtiest things with Alfred in the room, and he's not picking up on any of it. He's just sitting there, just
Oh,
kind of going,
like Alfred doesn't know. Like Alfred's smart. Yeah, he knows exactly what's going on.
"Okay." So he's just enjoying himself.
No, no,
The
he said
perky old man he is.
he's like, oh, this is gonna happen. I'm leaving. I mean, I'm too old to be a cook.
Don't be serious, Alfred. You're never too old. We'll let you watch. Very
So
good,
yeah, so
sir.
that's really that. That's so after that reveal of him being behind them, he like goes to the charity, and that's where he sees the sword on display. And that's where he has another flashback of Quixote going in and trying to steal Yoru's sword.
Yeah. How did he expect to get away with this? It's like a 500-year-old sword. I think he's going to notice it's missing.
Well, it was night, so like he wasn't expecting like Bruce to be there. So if Bruce wasn't there, he probably could have like sneaked off because again, he was they're training to be a ninja. So if you
That's
can't
true. It's
steal a
just, I
sword,
mean,
so if you can't steal a sword out of your own house, then like what kind of fucking ninja are
yeah, but like Yoru's going to be like, I know exactly who did this. Like the guy
you?
who's a prick.
well,
Like,
who said he's gonna come back? So like he like already stole it, so he gets like the money that he thought he was gonna get for it. Then he takes off. He's like,
not true.
I'm like 3/4 ninja. That's good enough for most people. I could like 3/4 kick the regular person's ass, so it's all good.
Well, and the rest of like the other quarter is just him using guns. Like, and you don't need ninja training to use guns. Like,
So there
this
you
job
go.
would be a lot easier if I just put a bullet in the guy. Yeah, so he before he leaves after being exiled from the dojo, he's like, "You'll pay for this, rich man's son." And
It's
that's
like,
when we
why
got
me? You're the one that fucking tried to steal this shit, man. Like, what the fuck?
it's like this is not on me, bro. Like, yeah. So one thing I think we might have skipped over earlier is like Summer Gleason's been trying to follow Batman this or sorry, trying to follow Bruce this entire time because she's wanting to know kind of what's the scoop with like all the break-ins. And eh, you know what? Why was Summer even in this episode? Like, was it just
I
to
don't
have
know.
like a damsel?
I guess or whatever, yeah. Because I was gonna say like
Yeah,
I like how you know how does she know that there's like a connection? It could have just been hey hey, like Wayne Enterprises has the money, so of course people are gonna try to steal from him over you know people down the block or whatever. Because I'm sure there's probably not like a Walmart or for whatever there to have that to get the money. So of course you go for like Wayne Enterprise stuff. That's
yeah.
right.
I mean, he's only the
Of
richest
course,
guy in the city. Like,
yeah,
what?
of course that's where the money is.
Yeah. And yeah, so she's trying to find out kind of more about the break-ins because I guess she figured that Bruce knew more that he's telling her. I don't know how she picked up on that, but whatever. And that's when she gets into the car with him as he's about to leave. And the valet is Coyote Ken with a goatee now. And he knocks them out and takes the car and uh, takes them back to his hideout. So Dick is like, okay, we haven't heard from Bruce in a while, so like we should probably look into what's going on. And follows the tracker in the car. Once again, why does he only put trackers in the car? It's always the car, not his person. Like whatever. And that's when Coyote he when they regain consciousness. It's like a carpet factory or something. Like because later on they showed like a carpet roll. I have no idea why there was a carpet thing there, but whatever. Um,
Yeah, yeah, or just like or just a giant roll of fabric or something, maybe.
yeah,
But
maybe that's what it was. Yeah, like a fabric factory.
but I was probably I was like assuming I think carpet too. I think
Yeah,
just because of the big girl, but could have been something else. But yeah, I think I defaulted on carpet definitely.
yeah. So Coyote is like he's saying like I'm taking money from you because I've gotten all your bank account information, and I'm gonna transfer your entire fortune over to me. And I'm like, okay, like, and then Summer's like, what, like, so you're just a thief? And he's like, not just a thief, woman. I'm the best. It's like if the best guy wouldn't be admitting his plans, but I don't know, man. Like you're a little too high on that pinnacle.
Oh, of course, like the better the villain, the more they reveal their the evil scheme before they get taken down. So he's getting there.
Yeah. Yeah, it sounds like we're ragging on Coyote, but at the end of the day, like he did stick with me for like a good chunk of like my memories of the show. It's just kind of funny, like seeing like how like a lot of the time like he's kind of working harder than he needs to. And is that when Robin finds the car and uh, oh, yeah, he walked into a trap, right? He was like a laser detector or something.
Something. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, some kind of alarm. And even he's like, "Wow, that was an amateur move." Like kind of calling himself out on that. So, yeah,
Yeah,
Coyote chases him up to the roof then, right?
yeah, and then that's where he's like fighting like Bruce, but like he's obviously not wanting to fight back because of Summer Gleason's there, and then Robin
Well,
finally
first
gets
is the
in.
water tower, remember?
Oh yeah, oh yeah, the friggin' the the friggin' weird animation of him like cutting the one the support structure, but it's like he just didn't really show the cut. It was just like the everything afterwards. You just kind of like put it sort of away, then you just see it. Boom, then yeah, then the water comes
Yeah,
down,
it's that
into the
classic, like
tower.
it's still and then sliding downward
Yeah,
kind of animation.
yeah.
Yeah, and like he knocked an entire water tower on top of Robin. Like, and it's kind of interesting because like it hit me as like you see Robin going over with the water into the alley, but Robin's able to like kind of he kind of climbs onto a window ledge at the last minute, which I'm like, you know what? He's got an acrobatics background, so even the fact that he's Robin, with that extra layer, you know what? He could probably do something like that.
Yeah, yeah. And then what happens after that?
Bruce is getting himself untied. He's like using the sword of a statue to cut his rope, and
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
that's
that's right.
when Coyote is like, you know what? Like you're free, so like why don't we have like a one last showdown? And yeah, as you pointed out, Summer's there, so he can't show that he's like a good fight. I kind of see what he's going for because he's like, I don't want her to realize that I'm Batman, but it's like, yeah, didn't he kind of establish that him and Wayne had a history? Like, so like I don't know, like the fact that like he knows how to fight and so does Coyote Ken. I don't know. It was just kind of an excuse to like watch her go like, stop it, you're beating the shit out of her.
Yeah, yeah, and then that's where yeah, Robin like yeah, throws a batarang and knocks the carpet or fabric or what the fuck it was all over her. Then Bruce sees it, so he's able to go into like Batman mode and
Oh
kick his
yeah,
ass.
he even does that little like hand
Yeah,
moving thing
yeah.
like, oh, it's on. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
so
and
you just wait until Cody kind of like thumb his nose and come and attack him.
yeah, it was you know what? I like the fighting here. I know I was reading the production notes that apparently Kevin Altieri has a martial arts background. I don't know to what extent, but he wasn't as ecstatic about like the fluid of the animation in the fighting scenes. I mean, because it's a 90s show, I can only give them, so much criticism because like they're kind of learning like different forms of speed when it comes to that. It's not like, when Clayface is like turning into different forms in like a split second. And yeah, like even anime, like kind of writing or animation style is only going to have so much like ways of conveying that form of speed. So I mean, I kind of see his point, but I liked it. I thought that like it conveyed the amount of tension and kind of the physical stakes as it were for the showdown between Bruce and Coyote. I
Yeah.
think actually, you know what? I think I might be saying is wrong. I think it's Coyote Ken. Like it's supposed to be like one word. I could be wrong, but they always refer to him as Coyote Ken.
Everything I've seen, it's been like 2 words, but but who am I to?
Yeah,
But what do I know?
yeah.
But yeah. So like
I'm just Ken.
I'm just Coyote Ken. Yeah.
Yeah, I am
So
Ken
so
out.
yeah. I did dig that movie. It was fun.
Oh, dude, I had a riot watching that movie. Actually, the day you and I met first, I think the first day you and I met at Fan Expo, there was a guy wearing a Canuff shirt. Do you remember that?
It's not really. No, that I
No,
don't
that's all right.
know. But yeah, so they start fighting for a bit, and then I think Kyoto realizes that he's outmatched. He grabs like the statue or whatever, and like kind of runs through the window and throws it out, and like kind of jumps out and into the river, and kind of so and Batman's like, oh, I guess that's that, I guess.
Yeah, that was the one thing that was different from my memory because the memory I had from when I watched this episode was a kid was that he was fighting Batman on the roof and that he fell into the water like backwards, kind of like, um, Gaston falling in Beauty and the Beast. Like it wasn't like a free will choice. But yeah, here he just kind of swan dives into the water and just like runs
That
away.
that that might be the ending of the other episode that he's in because he's in two episodes. Remember?
That's true. Yeah,
So yeah. So that guy, yeah. So that so instead of so he might be but yeah. So that might have been the end of that one. So I guess we'll find out at some point how that episode ends and go from there. So then so I think that's when we flash to like the next morning, back at Wayne Manor, and Bruce is explaining to Dick that he was just he told Summer that Batman showed up and took care of things instead, which is half true. Like Batman did take care of stuff, but Batman was always there.
that's actually a good point. Like, yeah, it's not a lie. Hook me
Yeah.
up to a polygraph test. I'll prove it's not a lie. Yeah, and Dick gets a very rare thank you from Bruce for helping him out, which I think actually like Alfred doesn't even get a lot of thank yous, but Dick got one. So
Yeah, because I think it kind of like helped show him that he finally showed him that he can actually finally beat him for a change. So they've
yeah,
done it,
thank you for helping me reclaim my masculinity.
yeah. So what would you give this episode out of five Secret Ninjas?
I'm gonna give it 3 out of 5. I like Coyote Ken. I like that we see a different style of fighting in this. I like that there's some unique animation choices to it. And I like that we see a side of Bruce's past that is touched upon a little bit, but not too over treaded. And yeah, no, it's a pretty straightforward episode.
Yeah, I think I'll give this one 3 out of 5 as well. I think yeah. So yeah, I like the flashbacks and showing it as part of Batman's training that wasn't with Ra's al Ghul or the Trans Titana really. So I definitely yeah. So 3 out of 5 I think yeah. So well yeah, alrighty everybody, that is the episode for this week. Yeah, thanks everyone for joining us in the Batcave to talk about Batman the animated series. Next week's episode will be Cat Scratch Fever. I have a feeling that might be a Catwoman episode.
I don't know where you get that idea.
Hey, you can follow us at Twitter/X at Beyond Backcast, on Instagram at Beyond the Backcast. And we are on YouTube now at youtube.com/ at Beyond the Backcast. Check us out there and rate, review, and subscribe there or wherever you're listening to this podcast to help us out. And where can we find you on the internet, Braydon?
You can find me on Instagram at Alfred is Zaddy. And I'm also on
Nice.
the Facebook page Beyond the Backcast. And we have a Discord that we'd love for you guys to
Nice.
join. And you can see us talking Batman and making lots of nerdy jokes. And yeah, it's a good time.
Oh, yeah, so I keep on forgetting about our link tree, like link.tree/ Beyond the Backcast, and got all our links there, and it'll take us to the Discord if you want to check us out there. And you can follow me on Instagram at StumpChuckman. And as I said, thank you for joining us in the Batcave to talk about Batman the Animated Series. Goodbye, good chums. Kapow.